or an aspiring farmer, or even a kitchen gardener for that matter, well, this is definitely the place you need to be. I am joined by Alex Munene of AgriPrice, and then we also have Elizabeth of Continental Seeds. In the first half of the conversation, we just were talking about the way you can have a small kitchen garden. And before I go back to Munene, Elizabeth, you were saying that hapo kwangu kwa flats, I can have a kitchen garden that can actually feed me and my family?
Very well. Do you like dania?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I thought I heard that you like kachumbari.
Jana nilikula kachumbari.
Kula kachumbari.
Yes.
You see the flower pot yenye unaekanga maua.
Yes.
Unaeka dania. We have a dania we call multicuts. Unakatanga ina shoot. So by the time umalize hiyo karaundi yote, ingine ishaanza kushoot. Like you can feed 3 or 4 times. So you don't have to go unakimbia kwa mama boga.
Yes,
so hata neighbor atakuwa anakuja na kubefriend.
Itabidi nimezieka ile side nyingine ya balcony.
Usikuwe mchoyo.
Nisiibiwe.
Usikuwe mchoyo.
Okay. So you provide seeds for those people who have at least like a space where they can do 1, 2, 3 things.
Yes, and we encourage if you do eat food.
Yeah.
Learn where the food comes from. Yes.
I thought you said the seeds are expensive, but 50 shillings,
it's very cheap.
As much as say tuko kwa economy mbaya, I think 50 bob is affordable.
Very affordable. Na ni begu mingi, hautazitumia once kama ni kitchen garden.
So we can even buy as a group. Naweza sambazia my mom, naweza sambazia my aunties, my cousins. Okay, good stuff. Alex, back to you. Now, we are looking at a situation whereby you're saying that we have more sustainable ways of doing agriculture, whether it's small scale like what Elizabeth is offering us, or large scale like what my grandmother owns. My grandmother has a very large farm. Yeah. So you want to tell me that we can actually do things in a sustainable way without necessarily using harmful chemicals to put in the soil, which sometimes get also into the environment.
Sure. But before I answer that question,
yes,
but I can also touch on what Elizabeth was saying.
Sure.
At Mazao na Afya group of company, through Agitech Seedlings, we also come up with the structures. It's a cylindrical structure that look like it has several platforms. We are using Mambat to make it. Now that's more of a garden, and you can use your soil, and then you can have more than seedlings. You can have even more than 50 seedlings in that structure. So you can keep it on your balcony, and you can feed the whole plot. You can even do it commercially.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can keep it in my balcony and feed the whole plot.
Exactly.
Unajua hizi ni zile vitu tunasikianga kwa TV tunadhani mnatuenjoy.
No. Kama ni hizo begu ukiweka zitakaa hazitaisha haraka.
Yes.
So like for like a year and plus if you maintain them well.
Yeah.
Nilikwambia they need love.
Yes.
So you can for like a year plus unaweza kaa bila kwenda kwa soko.
Yeah. So Nairobi people, you don't have to really struggle going to the market.
Yes.
We have solutions, and that's why we are here. And you come to Agitech, we'll show you those solutions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen the houses the Chinese are constructing? Those 2 spaces are too small. But anyway, we can revisit that for a different conversation.
Now, for sustainable agriculture, and to come up again, also on the expo that we are planning on September.
Right.
This is one of the issues that we are looking. Actually, the biggest agenda is sustainable agriculture and technology, using technology to match this. So we are focusing on how can you now, because one of the issues we are saying is that we need now to prevent polluting the environment more, because we have done it like more than 50%, and now we are coming up with ways to mitigate. So we need to have those practices. One of the best practices that we are practicing is now using products. Like Elizabeth will bring the seedlings to us.
Yes.
And then for us, we are going to give the farmer the solution now by having products. Nutritional products that will help the plant and will boost the immune system of the plant, and now it will avoid the plant. You avoid now using the insecticides. Okay, you can't avoid 100%. You have to use them because they are important.
Yes.
But now we need now to have even fertilizers that now have been produced these days. We are looking at fertilizers that do not acidify the soil.
Yes.
So they are friendly, they are organic, even organic products. So at AgriPrice, we have more than 20 products that we are giving the farmer the solution to come up with. You can also do the farm, 20-acre farm. You can do a half an acre farm and use those products to really have a sustainable agriculture.
Right. So I have a question here. Could you share some insights into your company's collaboration with research institutions and scientists to develop climate-resilient seed varieties? I guess this is yours.
Yes.
Are you collaborating with any research facilities, whether locally or internationally?
Yes, as Continental Seeds, I said earlier that we are upcoming breeding company. So we are collaborating with the government, with those that make policies. We are collaborating with our distributors, that it is our agents like the Mazaona Afya, and we are also collaborating with international agencies, those the breeders themselves,
Yes.
so that we come up with the seeds that really suit our environment. You see that like last year we really had drought.
Yes.
So we have to come up with vegetables
Drought
that,
resistant.
yes, drought resistant crops. Like for example, we have like a cabbage that grows in 2 months. It can grow in areas that has a lot of that is heat, and as well it can do well in those wet areas.
For example,
it's called rosé
in Kitui County, where I come from, do we have a cabbage that can grow in Kitui County? Unajua Kitui hakuna maji vizuri.
Hata Kitui, hata Voi. Yes, we have
huko
a
mahali
cabbage.
kumekauka.
Yes, we have a cabbage that is called rosé one.
Rosé one.
Yes.
So how do I grow it? Do I just put the seed in the ground? Ni ikojole ikue ama what?
Hapana, what you do?
You acidified. Keep an acid.
Because hakuna maji huko.
Hakuna maji lakini watu wako. Meaning you have your you do take water, you wash your utensils.
Yes.
And what I know with Kitui, watu pia wanapika na wako na ile jivu.
Yes.
So what happens, ile maji unakamua nayo vyombo, unaweka hiyo jivu ndani.
Okay.
So unaona jivu iko na that base.
Yes.
Na ile maji juu ya sabuni ina neutralize.
So
unamwagilia kwa shamba ya?
So ile jivu naeka kwa maji. Hiyo maji ile yenye nimekamua, si ile iko na sabuni, ile nimekamua nayo.
Yes.
Ile maji ya
hata ile ya
mwisho.
sabuni unaweza weka kando. Uweke kando like after one day unaweza tumia pia.
Ikisha settle.
So
I take the jivu ile tumepika nayo kuni huko.
Yes. Ama kwa jiko.
Ama kwa jiko nichukue niweke kwa hiyo maji nichanganye. Then I pour it on the seedling.
Uache kwanza isettle.
Okay.
Yes.
And then now that water I use it to water the plant.
Yes.
And my plants will grow.
They will grow very well.
Healthy.
Kwanza hiyo cabbage uzuri wake unaona at least it will be like it will be small at first, that is around 2 to 3 kgs.
Yes.
Then with the time hufai kukula haraka, si lazima ukule haraka itaharibika. Itagojea tu hapo. Naenda ukikula polepole tu. Expand tu.
Ngoja kidogo. So ninaenda nikichuna tu.
Na tu Obama 5 bob unamwambia pana. Cabbage yangu haiendi mahali.
Okay.
Iko tu hapo ina settle.
Okay. And how many times will I need to water it?
You can do twice or thrice a week.
Okay.
Yes.
I think you wanted to add something, Alex? Yes.
And on water collections, now we are looking at times that we are having a lot of water through a lot of rain coming, and then we have very adverse bad climate that now there's no rain. Now, I think through the government and also the private agencies and also as farmers, we should also now look into ways to collect this water, preserve this water. And also when we are using water, we really minimize the use of water so that we keep this water for farming. So like in Kitui, there are a lot of people farming in Kabani area these days. So and we're also hoping that the dams that are coming, they'll come and try to help the farmers do that. But also the farmers in groups can come together and look at, can they build small dams?
Yes.
So they can collect this water. Because Kitui also rains a lot when we have big rains.
And I also understand the water table is up.
It's up.
Unlike huku kwenye
So
kuna maji.
ni sisi tu hatutaki kuchota
Nyinyi
imagine.
hamutaki kunini
Go to
maji.
Oloitoktok. Right now they are also farming, but they are doing through wells.
Go to Isiolo.
Yes.
Actually, Isiolo is producing a lot of food yenye inatumwa na huku. Yes.
Sasa tumeacha kuchukua chakula Kiambu.
Wamejenga
Sai watu
manyumba
wako
kumejaa.
wao wanajiweka.
No, but Alex, actually, I wanted to ask you on the same question before I forget that question.
Yes.
There's something you've mentioned. Oh my goodness. Mbona hiyo swali imepotea? And it was collaboration.
Sure.
The way the government is doing the whole farming and building of dams. But what of us as individuals? I don't know. Are you guys, and maybe even Continental can join in this particular answer? Are you guys doing anything to raise awareness so to people like myself who come from Kitui County, so that I can actually have water collection in my homestead in Kitui or my farm in Kitui, whether it's for domestic use or for farm use. Because hapa unaweza tuambia, and it sounds so beautiful on TV, but on the ground, are you guys doing anything?
Of course we are. Remember, we are in business, agricultural business. So the moment the farmer stops buying, then we are out of business. Sure. And now we are doing things now to support the farm. Why? Because we have to secure the future, one, of us and of our business. Because if tomorrow there is no rain, if tomorrow the farmer is not practicing those methods that we think they can be sustainable, then we are also out of business. So what we are doing, because we also sell to Kambani, to Machakos, we have come up with a program through our marketing department in Mazao na Afya group of companies, that is Agitech, Agriplies and Mazao, in collaborations with Continental and other companies, because Mazao is basically a distributor of all these companies. Now we are raising awareness on, one of the awareness we are doing is use drip farming. Because if you use too much water in farming, you use it and then tomorrow you have no more water to farm. So one of the issues we are really looking into is drip farming. And we are also collaborating with several companies that are into drip farmings to really look at how they can also have these utilities or these drip farming irrigation system being sold at a conducive price or a farmer-friendly price, so that we can use them in these kind of areas. The other issue is that we are also training farmers the importance of water collection. And you know, one farmer cannot be able to build a small dam or a small collection point. So we are really encouraging farmers to come together, like 20 of them, have a water collection area. When there is water, let that water collect. And also when they are also farming, let them farm together. Why? They can also get market very easily. Through there are several associations like the Kenya National Association of Farmers that are also bringing farmers together and helping farmers get markets. So if we find like 20, 30, 50 farmers, we are able to help them get a market. So help them get collect water. Then we help them on sustainability, what methods to use and what products to use. Remember, we have those products at Agriplace. So we are helping them. Now, this is a product we are going to use. Elizabeth is coming, you see they are breeders. Now they are locally breeding, which is something very unique. You rarely see that happening. Now that they are into breeding, now they also, we are collaborating them to breed crops that also are friendly to the farmer and to the environment, and they are able now to fight the harsh environment that we are dealing with. So if you have water, you have a good seedling, and you have the right products to use, then the productivity becomes very good. Now, after the productivity, where do they sell these crops? So we give them, we want to sell them all these products, but then where do they sell for them to come and buy again, or for them to gain? Now, we are also collaborating with the Kenya National Farmers Association and other sectors, like even hotels and other off-takers, to have them have a market. It's a 360 degrees. And that's why we are also telling farmers, during our Expo, which is Agitech Expo 2023, this is one of the major issues that we are looking at.
We're going to be talking about that Expo in a short while. You mentioned the way, like, for example, in Kitui, something I didn't know, that our water table is, you know, is accessible. It's easy accessible. It's easy. So that means, and that is why I think Mheshimiwa Ngilu at one point was really sinking boreholes in Kitui County. So, but is that something that even on an ndio tusingoje serikali. Unajua maneno ya serikali saidia kila wakati pia inaanza kubo.
But what I know, like Kitui County, kuna NGOs wengi sana wamekamp huko. When you go to these drought areas zenye zinaafektiwa sana, most of the NGOs wamepambana sana, and as companies we are really trying to collaborate with them. Yes, because when they bring, as Alex said, the farmers together, it's easier to work with the farmers when they are together. And like nikuje nikuchimbie borehole, another person. I've also seen in several counties government intervening wanawekea maji, the water tanks. And us as Continental Seeds, we are also encouraging farmers. It's good that you manage your soil, because if you manage your soil like with the mulching, usitupe hiyo maganda ama unaenda unasema hiyo unatengeneza hiyo compost manure. It will help you to retain more water. And like venye ikiwa open, you know, when the soil is open, the soil is also alive.
Yes.
It
will expose that water to the environment.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Interesting. Let's talk about this expo. It's an expo happening in September. Yes. Where now we are having all these stakeholders in agriculture, akina Continental, akina Nyinyi. I remember we hosted Yara here the other day. So of what benefit is it to, first of all, the common mwananchi? Is it something that is for me as a agricultural journalist? Is it a good thing for me, or, you know, just as a kawaida Kenyan, or is it just, you know, focused on farmers?
Okay, by the end of the day, it has so many people to benefit, but the most important aspect we are looking to is the farmer. So these agencies or companies, what should they do now to help the farmer? Because by the end of the day, the farmer is the one who farms. And now we are looking at the whole aspect, because the farmer, one of the issues that we have is finance. So the farmer may not have enough finances to farm. And there are no liquid cash. Rarely today you find somebody having 100,000, 200,000 in their bank account just lying around. It's not possible. So we are working closely with the institution, financial institution and insurance institution. Do you know you can even insure your plant? So that when you get finances...
What do you mean insure my plants?
Yes, you can. If I have 1 acre of tomatoes, I can go do an insurance, take an insurance package, so that when that tomato does not grow well, or there is a bad climate that comes and destroy my tomatoes, then the insurance company will pay me. Like
the way now the weatherman is saying kuna El Nino inakuja.
Exactly.
Sasa ni kujipanga.
Ujipange. So that, because we have seen a lot of farmers go from riches to poverty. Because you have done your 20 acres farm, soko imekuwa mbaya, and or the climate has really gone bad, and then you lose the crop. Now, the financial institution did not want to touch the crop or the farming sector. But now they are really coming into it. The banks are financing, and they also have insurance packaging. The insurance companies are also coming on board. The other aspect we're also looking at is the smart farming in terms of technology. Remember, if you have 1 acre of farm, na unaenda kulima na jembe, and all that aspect, you take like 8 hours or 5 hours into the farm. So there are machines that are coming up, very pocket friendly for a small farmer and for a large scale farmer. Those machines, you can use them and farm in 2 hours. After now that, you can go do something productive. You know, you can have another side hustle and do that. So we are also bringing machinery companies and juakalis. We have
but Kenyans. Now you see, when you mention machinery, now people wanaanza kufikiria tractors and bulldozers and they are like, sasa hiyo I need loan at least 1 billion.
Now, if you go to our juakali sector here in Kenya, utakuta those people are very brilliant. We are going on to China to have small apparatus, and yet if you go to juakali sector, they have very good items that you can use into farming. So we are also involved in the juakali sector. And the other issue we are doing, there are machinery like harvesters. Like if you come to Mwea, we have what we call rice harvesters. What we are doing is now we are telling farmers, there are companies that can lease or give services. So you not necessarily have to buy. You can lease or you can lend. Because if you go like Moya, we have what we call, we are coming up with the rice planters and we have rice harvesters. I think it's 3,000 to do 1 acre. So there's somebody who owns that.
3,000 shillings?
Just 3,000
That's
shillings.
cheap.
They can do it as a group. They can purchase as a group.
Exactly. So you can purchase as a group. And you can also now, there are people doing those, renting those machines. So right now you don't have to buy a machines.
Hapo ndio baite atakwambia akili mtu wangu.
Exactly. So we, even as a company, we are also thinking of even buying some of these machines and giving services to the farmers. So or encouraging people, investors to come and buy these machines and then invest into that. So that's why we are bringing this type of people. The other thing we are looking to is safety, because we need a healthy generation. That's why we are bringing what we call the medical institutions. Because now tumeona hii story ya kuambia mkulima, don't overuse products or don't
pesticides and the fungicides.
Pesticides, because they're using even acaricides that are supposed to be used in cows.
Yeah.
Now we want the medical institution to come and tell them the results of this.
Okay.
Now if you use this is the kind of diseases that you would have. You see, probably if they hear from a doctor, they will understand.
Yeah.
There's nobody that is going to their farm and seeing them doing this.
Okay.
But we want them to understand what is the danger of this.
Okay.
And you see, by the end of the day, your daughter will go and eat when you bring them to the market. Your wife will do it, or you yourself, you go to a hotel and eat.
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, we have money, but we are sick.
Yeah.
So it is not.
We are in the hospital treating cancers and other diseases. Yeah.
You talked about research institution. One of the issues, as Mazao na Afya, we have worked with a research institution known as CIMIT. Because they are coming up with drought tolerance, mostly maize, and they were asking us what is the problem, because we are coming up with the new varieties, but we see farmers are still using the 20-year variety.
Yes.
But we tell them it's because there is a gap. You need now to associate with us. We know the farmer. And let us tell the farmer, this is what you should do for you now to have this kind of productive. So now we are working closely with them, in conjunction with the farmers, to show the farmer. Now if you use this variety of maize, now you have better production. 20 years ago, you used to have a certain variety. You need to let that go and use this so that we can have food security. You know.
Okay. Okay.
And those are research institutions. The other thing, we are also working with the schools, the agricultural schools, because right now we are seeing a lot of problem. Elizabeth can attest to that, that by the end of the day, an agronomist, after they graduate, they go to the market. And literally you find they have no knowledge, just theory.
Yeah.
So the people we are churning in terms of agricultural sector, we also need, the school need to embrace what we call practicability.
I think I can add that to Alex.
Sure.
Because more people, especially even the adults right now, kuna mtu, I know you like a lot of, you like eating melon maybe, because you come from Kitui. Unasikia mtu akisema, melon ina grow from a tree. So collaborating with schools, as young as they are, that is the best.
Exactly.
You pass knowledge to the students and the pupils. At least wanaenda wanaiona kwa shamba.
Nasikia tuko na 2 minutes, but before I let you guys go, I want to pose a question to you, Elizabeth. You guys, you have all this knowledge, and I feel like I've gone to a whole university course today. I feel like I can now be given a degree in agriculture just by that conversation we've had here for the last 50 minutes. And this information is not out there. You guys are not advertising anywhere. Atuwaoni kwa magazeti, no radio, no TV unless I call you like today. Mbona hamkuji kuambia watu hizi vitu?
Mostly tulikuwa tunaenda kwa watu kwa mashamba.
Kwa ground.
You see, like saizi Kenya, we are really trying to fight diseases. Unaona. Sasa tukikuja kwako kwa shamba tunakwambia weka broccoli, weka cauliflower, so that you be consuming directly. Because ukienda places kama Kitui wapelekea kitu kama broccoli. Hii ni nini? Watashangaa. But you see, the nutritional value yenye iko ni kubwa. If you come to the show, utaona hii ni broccoli. We will advise you how to feed that broccoli, how you are going to eat, how you are going to cook. That is the reason why tunakuinvite not only the farmer, but you as well, as a journalist, ili waweze kuwapitishia the information.
How can we get in touch with Continental so that we, beyond today, beyond the summit, beyond the expo rather, we can still get in touch?
You can
get us from media,
email. Yes, we are in the website. Yes. I can give my number. That is 0728.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Unataka kupenda namba yako personal?
Hiyo iko public.
Kamera ndio ile pale. Peana.
Hiyo iko public.
Kamera pale. Ukipigiwa simu masaa ya kulala.
Hapana, mtu anapiga na hadi 6.
Okay, feel free to give the number.
Yes, 0728 715 861. I repeat, 0728 715 861. That is my number. You can reach out. Feel free. I will be able to answer you all the questions.
And is there a website?
Yes.
Is there a website? Are you on social media?
Yes, we are.
We just Google Continental Seeds?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Alex, when is the expo for those ones who want to attend?
The expo is either 9th of September.
Where?
Sorry?
Where?
It's at Mwea, somewhere called Motili, at Agitech Seedlings Grounds. Now, please, as a farmer and a farmer who is aspiring to have more information or investor, I really encourage you to come, because there will be a lot of benefits. And on social media, we are also in social media, and as you are saying, in Mazao TV, you find us there. We find we also.
Mko na mpaka TV yenu?
It's called YouTube, Mazao YouTube TV.
Oh, the YouTube channel.
The YouTube one. We are not competing. All right. So you go there, you find a lot of information, and also youth should prioritize, because there is a lot of agricultural information on media. It's not a priority for people, but they should make it a priority.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Would you like to give your number like she has?
Okay, you can find us at www.agripricecenter.com or mazaonaafya.com.
Yes.
I can give my number.
Feel free.
My number is 0712 478 201. You can call for any advice, and we have several experts, so I can direct you to those, or you can check us to our website or our email.
Thank you very much.
Yes, yes.
Unfortunately, gentlemen and lady, that's all the time we had. This is where we come to a close as far as this conversation is concerned, but it's still on YouTube. You can watch this show as many times as you want. Kama hiyo namba imekupita pia usijali, DM me and I'll definitely give you their number so that tuweze kusaidiana. Au sio? We're taking a short break. When we return, it's going to be time for interactive. I hope Shiko is here. Yeah. Interactive will be taking off in about T-minus 5 minutes.